Very privileged to have with us our esteemed industry keynote speaker, Mr. Debashis Sen, Additional Chief Secretary, Department of IT and Electronics, Government of West Bengal. But before I call him onto the stage, ladies and gentlemen, here are a few words to introduce him. Mr. Debashis Sen joined the IS in 1985. He graduated from Presidency College, Kolkata, and got his post-M.Sc. Diploma from Saha Institute of Nuclear Physics. He got his diploma in public administration from ENA, France. He's been trained at the JFK School, Harvard University, and IMF Institute, Washington, D.C. Mr. Sen has served in various capacities, including District Magistrate for more than 5 years and the Chief Electoral Officer for 5 years. He's presently posted as the Additional Chief Secretary to the Government of West Bengal and Chairman Managing Director, WBHIDCO, which is a government company that is developing New Town, Kolkata. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Mr. Debashis Sen, our keynote speaker.
Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you very much for inviting me and giving us this space. Since from the Government of West Bengal, Honorable Chief Minister is scheduled to come soon, and the Minister will also be there. So I'll take up only a niche segment, a segment in which we are deeply involved with, and I'm happy to say I've been here since the morning. None of the speakers have directly touched. While we are talking of digital transformation, we must realize that one transformation is happening beneath your feet. You can't see it, but there is a tremor. People say that there are two kinds of people in the digital world. One, those who understand blockchain, and one who do not understand blockchain. A few while ago, even I was in the later category. I didn't know anything about blockchain, heard bit of bitcoins and other things, but nothing beyond that. So I took a course in the Indian Statistical Institute in BT Road, and I had a 3-day course where professors from Belgium and many other parts of the world had congregated, and I must say it's one of the excellent think tanks on cryptology and statistics and mathematics, areas in which data sciences analytics depend on, areas in which talent is very far to get. And therefore, after this meeting, I came to understand a lot of things about hash functions, proof of work, trust minimization, hyper ledger, and proof of concept. This is an earth-shattering technology, and Bengal is going to concentrate on it. Please understand that The Economist, one of the finest magazines, which once said that Mr. X is 45, he's still a management trainee because he doesn't read Economist. So therefore, this Economist, which is a very, very valued magazine, in its tech news, it says that what internet was in the mid-90s, blockchain is now. So get used to it. The question of complete peer-to-peer transaction without any regulatory body, without any intermediary, not only is very safe as a distributed database, but is also a place where, as somebody explained and was trying to illustrate, where North Korea and USA can come together because it's completely neutral. We talk about net neutrality. Do you know what blockchain is? Who does the verification? How often the miners take place? And what are the applications of blockchain? So if you think a second internet revolution is on the anvil, we must be prepared for it. It is very, very important to create skills on this level. And therefore, yesterday we had a strategy meeting where Infosys, TCS, IBM with a big presence, PwC, KPMG, and very many startups from various parts of India came in. They were selected, they came in on their own. We just offered a cup of tea, no huge workshop in 5-star places. And there was absolute great, brilliant discussions on the way forward. And everybody agreed that this is a disruptive digital transformation, and we all want to go forward. Only thing, we don't know how to go forward. So we said, in the government, we will try to make a networking. We'll try to make an ecosystem, and we'll try to give you one or two use cases that we might be interested in and which is possible in the blockchain technology chain. For example, we talked about this smart contract, and I said that crowdsourcing of public infrastructure is one place in which hyperledger segment of blockchain technology can work very well. To illustrate, for example, I need a culvert in my village. The government is not sanctioning money or is not able to do so, and therefore, on a blockchain, everybody who is concerned is asked to give or contribute. The beauty is it's not a normal crowdsourcing funding. The beauty is, if, let us say, the project cost is 1 lakh of rupees, if this money is not recovered in a given point of time, everybody gets back his money. We can create the logic like this, no question of swindling, no question of taking a fee, no question of trusting anybody. The whole system does it. All of us want it, okay, let's mobilize. I can contribute 10 rupees, you can contribute 100 rupees, let's build the bridge, and suppose it doesn't happen, everybody gets out their money. We just heard about immortal life. One of my favorite authors is Yuval Harari, the Israeli professor, who talks of homo deus. That is, man will now become God and attain immortality. But I'm not going to say that. What I'm going to look at is that when they die, Bill Gates Foundation and Melinda Gates Foundation talked about it recently, Nandan Nilekani signed it, that when we die, we often want to leave our inheritance to a good cause. And this blockchain hyperledger system, this technology, is a very good way of sourcing this. I will die in peace if I know that, for example, my money will be well spent. So one area that we could look at is crowdfunding of public expenditure, public infrastructure through a hyperledger system. There are a number of other things that we looked at. One was the authenticity of medicines we take. If all the components of the medicine could be blockchain, which nobody can tamper with, that is the important thing. Nobody can tamper with. Cybersecurity is related to it. Fintech is related to it. So everything is related to it. Just as internet is a platform for all applications to come through, blockchain is going to become that in the very, very near future. It's already happening. And somebody has said in yesterday's meeting that blockchain is changing the IT/ITES sector faster than the Moore's law. Moore's law, as we all recollect from our younger days, that said that the number of transistors in a Silicon Valley, in a silicon chip, doubles every 2 years. That was there in the mid-90s. And they are saying that blockchain is more severe than Moore's law. And therefore, what I want to say, and what is principal message that I would like to give on behalf of the Department of IT and E is that anybody who wants to network, because I found from very brilliant startups from Hyderabad, very brilliant startups from Calcutta, that they are moving, but they are not finding their way. We want to create a hub of blockchain here in Bengal. A hub not only for Bengal, not only for Eastern India, but for the whole of the country. So if there is anybody or anybody you know of who is doing work in the blockchain and trying to take it forward, please connect with us. We are making a hub on blockchain, just as we are making a center of excellence on cybersecurity. Just now, Cisco, Mr. Laxrao, talked that everybody is going to be touched with cyber threats. And therefore, the government of West Bengal, with the cabinet approval, has just set up, and only day before yesterday, the Center of Excellence on Cybersecurity has been set up, and it has started moving forwards. And we recognize once again that even in the cybersecurity field, skills are not easy to come by. And for taking the skill, for example, we decided in day before yesterday's meeting that an expert from Hyderabad has to be brought in, and we intend to further, make a trainer's training and a system of spreading the skill around. We are even thinking of getting interested people for very specialized training, maybe in Israel, maybe in other countries, so that we can build a skill set for cybersecurity, because as reports suggest, the skill is so scarce and the day by day the demand is increasing so quickly that the year-on-year salary increase is 25% growth. And for the top level, it is 4 to 5 crores a year, that even then you don't get a good cybersecurity expert. So we from the government have decided to concentrate also on skill building in the cybersecurity level in a very big way. And the Center of Excellence has already started, which will also work in some other areas. Linked to the blockchain, linked to the Cybersecurity Center of Excellence is another area that we are laying stress on in the case of digital transformation. And this is in the level of Fintech. With increasing number of people getting our monies in the digitized form, with demonetization and other things, most of our money is in the banks. What if somebody is sitting in, let us say, Pakistan, steals away all our money? So cybersecurity, especially in the financial world and also other manners, Fintech is a very, very important area in which digital transformation is expanding. Some of it will be also in the sphere of deriving from the blockchain, because this gives the most secure digital space, because I don't want to go into just because it's distributed in a large number of validations. And therefore, in Rajarhat Newtown, 10 acres of land has been earmarked for Fintech, and a huge design is going on a 30-storied building where Fintech in units will be run. And we are calling upon startups from various parts of the country to come and join and network and set up their shops here. For here in the Fintech hub, very close to it, are very great IT establishments, including the Gitanjali of TCS and others, and also 23 financial institutions, including the State Bank of India, International Institute of Management, which has just come up. So Fintech, cybersecurity, all based on blockchain hub. This is the triangle of strategy that we are talking of very recently, very seriously. And we are not thinking of a one-off system. We understand that we need to network, we need to go forward. So it's a continuous system. So for example, on the 1st of December, today is 7th, on the 1st of December, we had an innovators and investors meet. Today is 7th, 8th, 9th, we are having INFOCOM. On the 20th of December, mark on your calendar, if you want to know about blockchain, the state government and the NASCOM is working together to get an event in blockchain. It's already on the social network, you just need to put in your option. And then on the 11th and 12th of January, we are going to have a Grammathon event coordinated with Your Story, which is doing excellent work in the work of startups, and with Mohandas Pai and Dr. Amit Mitro are supporting, and we are having a huge event of expanding the ideas of digital transformation in the rural areas in a holistic way, using the startups as a medium. And therefore, we are placing a center of innovation also central to our strategy. Center of innovation, it can be in blockchain, it can be in Fintech, it can be in anything, but here is government who is giving you the infrastructure. You don't pay much in any case, it can't be totally free, but only to survive and make the O&M costs there. And we are going to have an innovation center, the first one of which is going to come up in Bantola, where many IT companies are already there. So, with the Center of Innovation and the blockchain at the other end, we are really gearing up in a very serious manner of getting into this digital transformation from the government point of view. We are clear also that we need to spread the net wide. For we need talent, and talent does not necessarily reside only in Calcutta, which is why we are also spreading out in the tier 2 and 3 cities with IT parks and hardware parks and many other ways of inculcating a spirit of innovativeness among the rural youth, not the least through a method of hackathon, in which one of the areas that are selected, the problem areas that have been given, the competition is still open, is Fintech. And there is also for the unorganized sector. But I wouldn't like to go into that. I would just like to say and end my speech by saying that we are really trying to foster innovation from the government level. We are ready for the digital disruption. We believe that blockchain is going to become very important, and we want to make a hub out of this, and we want to network together with all of you and see that we can better face the future. Thank you very much.
Very much, sir. May we request you to kindly remain on stage for a couple of minutes, and I request Mr. Chandan Majumdar, Director Sales, ABP Private Limited, to kindly come forward and present a memento to Mr. Debashis Sen. And please put your hands together for Mr. Debashis Sen for this very interesting industry keynote. Thank you, sir.